Hello, hello. Welcome back to the weekly Monday Motivation Podcast, No More Excuses. I am your host, Sandi Ballard. Thank you for being here. I am the super badass business coach because I help people realize their badassness so they do more, be more, and achieve more. So if that sounds like you, contact me. Check out my website, badassbusiness.coach, or search for me, connect with me on social media, please. I love hearing from my listeners. It's super cool to hear where you live, what platform you're listening on, and all that good stuff, and what you do. And, I like following my listeners as well. So if you haven't connected with me, please do. And, how are you? And like I said, where are you? Love hearing that. And where are you in this roller coaster ride of COVID uncertainty, right? It's just continuing and it's crazy. That's all you can say. It's weird. So last week's podcast was a little about being a little uncomfortable, right? Over the years of coaching, I've talked with so many people, clients as well, and myself have experienced, boredom, frustration, hitting that plateau from, routine and habits, even letting the habit slide, aka quit, right? We've all done it. And then what happens? The old habits sneak in, and then the results come. You start noticing the clutter sneaks back in. You're behind on your tasks and to-dos, which leads to you being not able to achieve your goals, right? And, maybe the weight gain comes back, sales are down, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Fill in the blank with whatever crazy shit happens, right? Trust me, over the years, I've heard it all and used myself, excuse after excuse, blame, and what other bullshit thing you can think of, right? And last week was me trying to get you to switch things up before you get bored and frustrated and quit, or if you've already slipped back into previous habit, not so good, healthy habit, I wanted you to recognize it. I want you to change shit up, start getting comfy, being uncomfy, right? People will say it's a lack of discipline that gets us out of habits and gets us off track. But it's comfort and confidence. It's like fear. It's what really keeps us doing things the way we always have. Again, I've talked about this a lot over the 235 weeks of podcasts about comfort zones and taking chances. And yes, just a few weeks ago, I admitted and talked about how all this shit and changes and taking those steps many times is easier said than done. But it's also rewarding. It's always rewarding once you do take that step. Okay, 90% of the time it's rewarding, right? So over the next few weeks, I'm going to dig deeper into the excuses and habits because I want you to be able to dig deeper so you can play bigger. If you've been listening to me for a while, you've heard me say that. Let's dig deeper so you can play bigger. All right, I want you to get comfortable getting uncomfortable. Habits. Like I said last week, I would prescribe them. I do prescribe them. I love them. But habits, the results, they equal results, bad and good. Habits, it's what causes us to become stagnant and what keeps us focused. It's crazy, isn't it? So, such a fine line, but much like goals, you've got to identify the results you desire and check your progress. So why not do that on goals, right? Or on habits, right? So message me. Email me, Sandi@sandiballard.com with an I, Sandi with an I. Yes, I changed my email. So message me on social media, email me one of your habits, something that's worked maybe for years, or you quit. And I'm not talking nail biting or always putting your right shoe on first. I might do that. Those habits or even superstitions, that's more of a therapist's job to help you figure out. But talking about the habits you're doing, okay, so for me, the last couple weeks, I weighed in, and guess what? Back up. Why? Because I've been eating almonds like they're my job. Handful here, handful here, handful here. I wasn't doing that, but we got almonds at the farmer's market, and I was like, I must eat these almonds. I'm not even hungry. Stop it. But because I weighed in, I checked my progress and I recognized what was out of character, what was out of the norm for me, right? So back off on the almonds. And then this isn't me, this was actually a client. They stopped posting on social media or just kind of took a step back, I guess. And they noticed that the sales were kind of flat a little bit. Well, how did they check that? They were they checked their analytics. We were talking through that, and they're like, "Yeah, I checked the analytics, and the our our insights were down, or the insights and analytics. So the connections, the likes, the dislikes, all that stuff that people do on social media were down, and also their website traffic was down. So that's not good. So good thing they had the analytics, they had that in place to check. So again, like goals, you got to check on it. All right. So email me, Sandi at sandiballard.com, or message me on social media. One of your habits, again, whether it's something like that, you noticed social media, or yeah, you noticed on social media that you hadn't been posting as much or as consistently, right? We want to make sure that you're changing stuff up, trying new things so you can dig deeper to play bigger. And if social media is not your thing, and there are people out there that will help you with that, do it or pay for it, right? So we got to start getting comfortable, getting uncomfortable, and that's a term we've heard forever, but it's time. It's the fourth quarter, and we're ready to fire shit up and make amazing things happen in this last quarter of this year, right? All right, have a great week, and I really look forward to hearing from you. Cheers.